By 1999, he was already a legend for The Shawshank Redemption, another Stephen King adaptation that's basically required viewing. For The Green Mile, Darabont wore two hats, director and screenwriter, adapting King's novel with a fierce dedication to its spirit. He once said in an interview that he saw the story as a fairy tale for adults, blending gritty realism with a sense of wonder. Darabont's collaboration with King was hands-on. King visited the set and even sat in old Sparky, the electric chair, for a photo op. The author's stamp of approval was huge. King called The Green Mile his favorite adaptation, praising Darabont for capturing the novel's emotional core. Darabont's style is patient, letting scenes breathe, which some critics felt made the film a tad long. But for fans, that pacing is what makes every moment hit so hard. Now, let's talk about the cast again, because this ensemble is pure gold. Tom Hanks, as Paul Edgecombe, is the heart of the film. By 1999, Hanks was America's favorite leading man, with back-to-back Oscars for Philadelphia and Forrest Gump. Here, he's understated yet powerful, playing a guard who's both duty-bound and deeply empathetic. Hanks prepared by researching 1930s prison life, even learning how guards carried themselves. Michael Clarke Duncan, as John Coffey, is the soul of the movie. Duncan's journey to this role is wild. He was a ditch digger and bodyguard before acting, and his breakout in Armageddon caught Bruce Willis's eye. Willis called Darabont and said, "You've got to meet this guy." Duncan's performance is a masterclass in subtlety. He uses real-life experiences of loss to tap into Coffey's gentle, almost otherworldly presence. He was so nervous about the role that he carried a copy of King's novel on set for inspiration. The supporting players are just as unforgettable. David Morse's Brutus Brutal Howell is the kind of friend you'd want by your side, tough but kind. Morse, a theater veteran, spent time with real corrections officers to nail the role. Barry Pepper and Jeffrey DeMunn, as guards Dean and Harry, bring humor and heart, making The Green Mile feel like a family. Bonnie Hunt, as Paul's wife Jan, steals her scenes with warmth. Fun fact, she improvised some of her lines, adding a natural spark. James Cromwell's Warden Hal Moores is stoic yet vulnerable. Cromwell later said the role's emotional scenes were tough to shake off. Michael Jeter, as inmate Edouard Delacroix, is a revelation, balancing comedy and tragedy. His scenes with Mr. Jingles, the mouse, are iconic. Those mice were trained by animal wrangler Boone Narr, who used 15 rodents for different tricks. Sam Rockwell's Wild Bill Wharton is a whirlwind of chaos. Rockwell went method, staying in character to keep the set tense. And Doug Hutchison's Percy Wetmore, he's so hateable you'll grit your teeth. Hutchison, who married a 16-year-old years later in a controversial move, leaned into Percy's smarmy vibe, making him a perfect villain. Let's dig into the production details, because this film's craftsmanship is next level. The budget was $60 million, a big bet for a drama in 1999. That money went into building Cold Mountain Penitentiary sets, designed by Terrence Marsh to feel both oppressive and lived in. The Green Mile's floor was painted a specific shade of green to match King's description, and the cells were built to exact 1930 specs. The electric chair, Old Sparky, was a focal point. Production designer William Cruz studied historical photos from Moundsville State Penitentiary to get it right. Filming ran from July to December 1998, with key locations in Tennessee, North Carolina, and Los Angeles. The Tennessee State Penitentiary, also used in The Last Castle, provided exterior shots, while interiors were shot on a Hollywood soundstage. Costume designer Karen Wagner sourced period-accurate uniforms and civilian clothes down to the buttons. Even the props, like the guard batons and inmate shackles, were crafted to feel authentic. The cinematography, by David Tattersall, is a mood setter. Tattersall used soft, diffused lighting to create a dreamlike quality, with shadows that hint at the story's weight. The film's opening shot, a sweeping view of a field, was nearly cut to save money, but Darabont insisted it stayed, knowing it set the tone. The visual effects, handled by Industrial Light and Magic, are subtle but effective, especially in scenes involving Mr. Jingles. The film's box office haul was impressive. $286.8 million worldwide, including $136.8 million in the US and $55.3 million in Japan, where it resonated deeply. It was distributed by Warner Brothers domestically and Universal Pictures internationally, a rare split that worked thanks to the film's universal appeal. The score by Thomas Newman is like a character itself. Newman, a 14-time Oscar nominee, created a soundtrack that's both haunting and hopeful, using piano, strings, and gentle percussion. The album, released by Warner Sunset Records, includes 33 instrumental tracks and 4 period songs, like Three Little Words by Gene Krupa and Charmaine by Guy Lombardo. These tracks anchor the film in the 1930s, while Newman's score lifts it into something timeless. The music was nominated for a Grammy and remains a fan favorite for its emotional pull. Critically, The Green Mile was a hit, though not without debate. It premiered December 10, 1999, and earned a 79% on Rotten Tomatoes, with 136 reviews averaging 6.8/10. Roger Ebert praised its mythic overtones, while Janet Maslin of the New York Times called it engrossing. Some, like Kenneth Turan, felt it was too sentimental, and the magical black person trope around John Coffey sparked discussion. Darabont and Duncan argued the character was complex, not stereotypical, but the critique persists. Audiences, though, were all in IMDb's 8.6/10, and A Cinema score show the love. The film nabbed 4 Oscar nominations: Best Picture, Best Supporting Actor for Duncan, Best Sound, Best Adapted Screenplay, 3 Golden Globe nods, and 1 Two People's Choice Awards. Fun production tidbits: the cast bonded off-screen, with Hanks hosting barbecues to keep morale high. Duncan, a gentle giant, was terrified of the electric chair set and needed reassurance from Darabont. The mice playing Mr. Jingles were stars. Trainers spent months teaching him to scurry and grab props. Darabont's cameo as a prison worker is a blink and you'll miss it moment, and the film's lack of opening credits, a Darabont signature, was a bold choice that pulls you straight into the story.